allowed you a further 30 minutes that would allow my team to have lunch. So they have finished lunch. You have succeeded in having a total of 40 minutes. I believe you are now sufficiently organized. Can you then bring us to where we be?
Thank you, Chair. I am well fed and I'm happy that you are also well fed. I want to call on the committee what is the land when they leave, what are the Chair. Now I am ready and at the point where there will be supplementary questions so that we go on to that.
I have a question and what is it that you are responding indicates lack of commitment? What's pending? If you are truly committed, Governor, you cannot have paid only 184 million. When
Thank you, Chair. And thank you very much, Chair. I want to say that is a good question. I want to confirm unequivocally that we are committed to pay pending bills. If you look at what information we submitted up to the time that the Senate confirms that, we had shown commitments that we had placed in the 1,264,724,688 in our budget to pay the pending bills. Chairman, 1,264,700,000. So, Chair, the information that is up to date, because your question is up to date, we have so far, and that can be verified, paid 1,116,000,000. No, we have so far paid 1,116,462,751. These are facts, verifiable facts. And the balance that is left to be paid in this financial year, just as we had indicated, is 649,194,132 shillings. The impression exchequer releases, it's not just about Migori County. Response indicates that we had, and you will find it somewhere, that as at the time, or as at September, the management will, had received also against what we needed to pay by way of salaries. That is what we could provide. So as we speak today, that is where we are.
600 million plus, 2023-2024, 700 million plus. Do you tell me the status?
Chair, we do not have evidence.
Governor, that is in D, on page 3 of your response. You can see that table there. Are you able, page 3 of your document, are you able to show those payments? Well, that would be a clear demonstration that you want to pay.
If you,
yes.
If you look at this response that we gave, the response that we gave on 18th of October 2024.
Yes.
At the third page.
Yes.
You will look at paragraph D.
Yes.
23-2024, 722. Then we have also confirmed in our budget that we had put this amount. Now, in the additional information that we have provided, and I'm under oath. In the additional information we have provided, so far as we speak today, those pending bills, we have paid the amounts that we have indicated.
Thank you. So that evidence where you are confirming that this 600 has been paid and 722 has been paid, if that is the...
very well. I now wish to table the response dated 30th January 2025. The payments that have been made and has the explanation or narration that is required. I believe that the copies, if they are still on this side, should be handed over.
And may I confirm that the copies also that you gave us earlier, isn't it?
That I gave you earlier today.
Yes, earlier today.
There was
not in October.
Not in October. The ones I gave you early today.
Okay.
So you already have the copies. Now I'm placing them on record.
Okay. Chair, through your honor, may I just do a follow-up of your question? Not my substantive question. Governor, the document you have presented to us here.
More information.
Ask you a simple question. You have shared with us a document here that you have tabled before us. I want you to prepare it and who has authored it.
How the counties work. We have technical officers. They present the technical information to the governor signs.
So
I am responsible for it.
So you're responsible for it?
Yes, I am.
I just want to give you a record because you have answered. Yeah, so you're responsible for it is one thing. You have tabled it to us. I'm asking, you're not recanting it from the records of Senate.
Yeah, I've answered that.
It's a yes or no? Chair, can you protect me?
I have answered that question.
It's a yes or no?
And I don't wish to be plagiarized. I've answered that question. I am responsible for the document.
Thank you. Governor, please calm down. Calm down.
I'll ask the Senate.
We have, if it is a favorable material, again, a report will find. So now he's asking you yes or no. Do you accept that? Is it your position that this is irrevocable? I think that is sufficient.
That's sufficient enough. Chair, when we started the meeting, there is a document that the governor responded to the issue of pending bills on 18th of October 2024. That's a document in us to. Chair, you would understand and know that the reason I was asking who prepared this document. Usually look at the accountants with ISPAC qualification. And that financial year that you close, the numbers don't tally with another figure, then there's a problem. So Chair, I want you to look at the document that the governor gave us on the 18th of October. It's page 2 of that document.
Yes.
You have it? Yeah. In 2021-2022, what was the outstanding? 204. That's a book that is closed. If you go in financial terms, the document the governor has given us, same year, the governor is giving us an evidence that in 2021-2020 is 367,457,727.
Just hold me on.
No. You look at the end of 30th of June, June 2024. Yes, the new evidence. Yes. So in the document that was served to the clerk of the Senate on 18th, okay, on 18th October 2024, that figure is 400,569,204. Are we together there? The same figure as the end of June, according to the evidence that the governor said that is not recanting from this committee, that we must go with the Senate, is so. Remember, this cannot be a variance that is an error. It can't come and vary right now. Now, if you want to know the consistency, look at 2022. No, there's consistency in one. Chair, are we together? Look at 2022. 2023. The balance that was outstanding as per 30th June 2024 was 30%. Are we together? Yes. Now that book was also closed. It's not being closed now. The balance, according to what the governor gave us in October last year, 2 billion shillings. I'm just giving you that 2023-2024 are short to 1.3 billion. That's why I asked 2 questions. Who prepared this document for the governor? Because those variances are glaring. We can't get 2 letters from the governor that have got two consistent and hugely variable variances in the same financial years that we have looked at. Because before I ask my next question, that variance was explained.
Eddie, of even greater import, why the variance?
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Those are that I'm still responsible for the. So if you bear with us, I have my head of treasury, who is CPK. The issue of pending bills, you will begin to understand what it is. The pending bills is the county that is reporting. You report your pending bills. In fact, if you look at this response, the response as at October 8th, and you look at the table here, all these pending bills were pending bills that we found in our books. We keep on finding people, and I'll beg your indulgence. I am sure there is a pending bill that has also reached the office of the Senator of one gentleman that is a part of this pending bill, but it's not recorded. And there was also an incident when the county offices were banned before we came to offices. So records keep on popping. But let us focus on the concerns that you raised today about the variance. And we will be able to be at the same page. So can you have that?
Thank you, Chair, to our Governor. Let me respond to the variances which are noted there. In the year 2021-2022, first report had 400 million. Then we reported in the second report was 367. Remember, the pending bills, especially the old ones, we always do verification of these pending bills. So the first report had a pending bill of about 35 million, which for us, according to us, we felt it is not eligible for payment at this particular point. That is why we removed it from the current position. So it is ineligible. We have the records. You can look at it. If it is payable, then you can advise the senators so that we return it and also for it. Number 2, in the 2023-2024, we have an increase of from 1.2 to 1.3. Now, you know we have some works which are ongoing. At some point, when they are invoiced, they become part of the pending bill. So we realize that whatever we have as an analysis of all the works which are ongoing in the bill, because you see, pending bill is something which has been invoiced. Sometimes we don't have to capture what is committed. But when it is completed, we have to bring it as a pending bill because already it is something that we need to pay. So basically, that is what brought these variances. The one for the 436.35 million, and then the one for the 1.2, from 1.2 to 1.3, we had other items which became part of eligible pending bills. Remember, we also have ineligible in that particular case. So
the million that is being talked about is also a matter that is in court. I think it is relates to the county headquarters. There is a consultancy issue. There is a consultant that was being pushed to have it paid. It relates to the county headquarters, it also relates to the governor's residence, and it relates to the deputy governor's residence, which residences were not constructed. So when I think it went to court, and if you need the particular, so it is for us as a county government to classify it or not to classify. I think the explanation you are seeking about the other variants is there. So we still stand by what we are saying here.
Yes, Governor, there are two applications, one from Kech, another one from Nyonga, and another one from myself. So we'll start with the one from Kech and myself, and then we'll come on.
Thank you, Governor. When books are closed, what does it mean? Do you have the books closed with balanced accounts, or do you have books closed where in fact you can and you're allowed as an accountant to give disclaimers? Are you with me? The reason why I'm asking this question is, if you look at the time when you got the letter, the first letter that was asking the question about the balances of the pending bills. From that time, at least this explanation, that am I right in making or giving that analysis, or you're not with me yet? Thank you, sir.
Chair, I'm not asking a question about where these pending bills come from. In fact, for the record, because this particular sitting is going back to the Senate, I want to know whether you are registered with ISPAC through the government. The gentleman who prepared this. Are you registered with ISPAC?
Yes,
What is your ISPAC number?
14959.
Tell me your name again.
Eric Ochin Jalan.
Eric Ochin
Jalan.
Jalango.
Yes.
Jalango. Clerk, take notice. What is your ISPAC number?
14959.
9559.
Yes.
I'm asking a very simple question again, because I don't want to look like want to victimize the governor or to make the governor. The document you have given us here, which you have given the governor to sign, is going to record to the Senate. And I'm giving the governor a chance to probably expunge it from the record of the Senate. Outstanding bills totaling, outstanding total pending bills as at June 30th, 2024. You've closed your books, and you closed it because when you are asked for pending bills, you have financial statements which you prepare according to financial statements to financial standards. So you lifted, when you responded to the Senate in October, that you lifted from your statements that were already closed. Closing a statement is not an easy thing. It has gone to the auditors, certificate has been raised about all this information that are inside here. That you cannot go back to that financial statement and remake that financial statement. So you lifted it and said you had 400 million worth of pending bills. Then today you're giving us another document that the same year that you closed the books, it is saying you have got pending bills of 367. Chair, if that variance was on the total of today, I would understand. But for a year that you close the books, those two variances don't make sense. It's either this document you're giving us has been doctored, or this one was doctored. So tell us, which one do we take in the record of the Senate that hasn't been doctored?
Thank you. Governor, would you like to take these three questions? Because we are directing at your officer. Keep your cool. It is possible for your officer to make a mistake which is punishable, not by kind of punishing you, but punishing him. So let us dissect it nicely before you come in. If I were you, I would allow it to progress.
Remember the one.
Okay.
I don't mind.
Okay.
I actually don't mind being held accountable for it. I don't mind.
Sorry, use the mic.
I am saying, when I stood here and took, I was dead serious about it. I believe that everybody or everything is explainable. So if we are to take this, I take it and give my officer to explain where I think I did. I just want to refer us back to the letter of request for information regarding pending bills. The information regarding pending bills, I think was as at 7th October 2024. Yes, we are in 2025, and you will notice that the financial year of 2024-2025 is yet to close in July. I say so because other than being a lawyer, I'm also a consumer of facts. So when you are talking about the closure of a financial year during 30th of June, maybe I'll get mixed up. So that is one of the pieces of information. The pending bills, as you see it, and you see it in our books, if there is a fictitious pending bill that is not supported with any information or not, we become truly responsible and liable for it. So I'm saying that to give you the motivation, so that if anybody gets the impression that we are motivated into tabling falsified or erroneous documents, we are not the better for us, and we have to verify them continuously. So I want to give my officer that context to give you a response.
Okay, that is good. Officer,
Thank you so much.
again, relax. There were 2 more interventions. No, 1 more. Then you answer all 3. Akilo. This variant of 2021-2022, your officer has said something at my imagination. He has said it reduced because in the continuing process of verification of claims, you found that some people were not deserving to be paid. That quickly can become an answer. So, instead of being emotional, if that is true, accompany that answer with that report of the verification committee. Then, once you tackle the report of the verification committee, it will justify why it dropped from 400 to 360. And because we are not fault finding, we are looking for facts, you will have given facts and 400 million will have been settled. What you are falling flat on your face in justifying, officer, and don't take lightly the Senate taking note of your number, is the answer you are giving for 2023, 2024. And Akilo, yes, you are a lawyer, but the financial year of 2023, 2024, can somebody help me? Is it close to this? It's over. We are now in the new financial year. If it was the auditor speaking, he would just refuse this thing and say, the figures are not verifiable. So, hapo tusaidie kidogo. Ile ya kwanza nimeielewa. Hii ingine tusaidie.
You see, you may wonder why, because I've sat in that chair before and I know what it means and I know what the proceedings mean. I am not overly protective of my officers. I am protective of the finances of the public when they are paid erroneously.
Yes.
When I take us back to the initial request, of what were the specific pending bills as at that time. When we gave this information, the first information on 18th of October, and we mentioned that it is 400, and that we are now mentioning that it is not 400, it is 390 something. It is subject to additional verification. We have indicated that is reduced. And you have rightly captured that we need to accompany it with a report that explains that documentation, which we will do, and it will be there. But remember, when we were responding to that question, our colleague, the Senator of Migori, had indicated that this would demand reprisal. It would demand that kind of line that indicates that material, if it goes on record without a correct rejoinder, then that is where the loss falls. It's called anyway, let me not use a legal maxim. But the point here, I believe, let Yalamo answer. Some of them are responded to. If he gives wrong information, ile kalamu yangu na ya public service board ya Migori iko, tutaangalia vile tutamshughulikia. That's not a threat to him. That is just to remind him that these proceedings are serious.
Yes, officer.
Thank you. I wanted to respond. There are two questions which were asked. One, that we are working with figures that were already closed. Remember when we responded to the first letter, that was around 18th of October. We have just submitted the financial statement because our financial statement is supposed to be submitted to the Auditor General by 30th of September. So we had submitted. However, remember, because we said we have the ongoing verification of some of the spending, and even the figures we submitted on 30th of September, the final audited report that we submitted to the Auditor General. So the figures, yes, are for the closed year, and remember, for the pending bills, we always have them as an annexure in our financial statement. And remember also, our pending bills, sometimes in the part of the pending bills, because it's already a work. And that is why sometimes this figure keeps on changing. And that's why the figures keep on changing. The one for the 2021, which was already closed, as I explained earlier, so that's why we dropped it. That is why the figure went down. So basically, our certification of the account was done in October when it was ongoing, which means the figures would still change that particular point before the certification was done. Thank you.
Chair, can I do a final? I think we should move.
I have a question before we make a
Yeah, we make a ruling on this so that we move, because the question I still asked the governor was whether these documents are reliable, and he has insisted we go with them, and we're going to analyze them, which is okay. Chair, that variance that we're talking about 2021-2022, the governor was not in office. That is true. And therefore, the explanation for the variance, which is a negative variance actually, is a drop in the pending bills of 2021-2022, is about 33 million. The reason that was in office. The gentleman who is sitting there is a very wonderful MCA, the chair of budget and appropriation. Went through a budget tool for which the governor referred to when he was saying we're doing with the pending bills. And therefore, the pending bills that emanated in 2023-2024 first started from a budgeting tool all the way to invoicing. And by October 18, 2024, those financial statements were ready. Pending bill totaling 1.26 million, which the entire budgeting process up to invoicing and offering all the tenders and procurement processes, this team was in charge of. Then chair, today we are given another document that in that year it has shot to 42 million. And the gentleman who is a very, thank you, Chair.
Very well. So the ruling is as follows. The explanation of reduction from 400 to 367 million is admissible on condition that you're going to support it with the report from the pending bills verification committee. The second arm of the ruling is as far as the 223, 224 is concerned. As a non-accounting brain, which only ventures into accounting because I understand mathematics, I am giving you a final chance that the two documents you have submitted, Governor, they are now with the office of the clerk. If by the time we write the report, you will not have submitted the evidence that you have said in a lot of accounting language, which I don't understand, if it will not be backed by evidence and not just English, then we shall assume that 42 million shillings must be accounted for. It is so good. Next person to come with the next question is Governor. We made a ruling.
No, just clarification. From my understanding, I don't want
it must be made very verifiable.
Yes.
It is not verifiable. Not accountable. It's like you have. We have to make this.
People may
think that we're Mekula.
Thank you very much.
Which also possible.
Not with me, Chair. I've been in public service for the longest. I've never been in any bad situation.
Governor, we have treated you very well on that audit query. The next one is from Senator, wait a minute, not you. I have an order here. From Roman, 400 we have done. Okay, you have done. Richard Onyonga. Yes, you were the one next.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. After the Auditor General released this report to you, because Eddie raised it because it was raised by Auditor General and the engagement in the control of budget. After the Auditor General's office raised these issues, particularly with these issues of pending bills, what was the report that they gave you in your last financial year? Was it adverse? Was it?
The report that was given to the county was a qualified report. I may not have it here, but the reasons for qualification, I think, are stated in the report.
Please repeat that.
The report that was given to the county was a qualified report, and I think the reason for the qualification is summarized in the Auditor General's report. I don't have the benefit of the copy here. I believe we are yet to appear regarding that report before the Public Accounts Committee of the Senate.
Thank you. The second question I wanted to ask you is, all the payments that you've made for all these pending bills that you have been paying, which are worth about 400 million. Are you with me? Did you manage to get the IFMA's printout on the same?
The information I have is that they are not in these documents, but we can avail them as the numbers provided for. I'm informed and I take that information seriously and accurate. So the backup information, if missed, that can be availed as soon as we are free.
Thank you, sir. I would like to ask a follow-up question to your CEC Finance even though I know you hold full responsibility. The question I'm asking is this. Once you declare these pending bills and you made them public and the Auditor General did an analysis on what you've been paying, who has been paying, and how much it is, the question I want to ask you, Governor, is this. There are several cases, and you will allow me to raise this issue because I raised it earlier when you were not there. There are several cases of individuals in your county who, the reports we have, about 10 people have actually committed suicide because they were not paid their money. This may not be the time when you were governor. That could be the previous regime. Would you be comfortable enough to give us whether that position is true? And if it is true, what do you intend to do to make sure that those families of these people who have actually died?
Chair, I am not aware of any family. Thank you, Chair. I am not aware of any individual or family whose death is associated with a non-payment of I am also not aware of any pending bill that we have willfully declined to pay. Willfully. I want to state that if there are such debts, we would be very sorry about such debts. And I also want to say that we continue processing payments of pending bills every time funds are available. And even right now, we have not paid the salary because we have not received the money. Salaries are first charges and other things. Then we pay the pending bills. We'll continue paying them. If there are such pending bills that have been verified, we'll continue paying.
My last question, Governor, on this issue, I want to again take it to your CEC. If you look at your last year's financial report, there are voided payments. Worth how much? 360 for the previous year. This year, did you void any payments? I would like you to be on Hansard, please.
Yes, we did.
In other words, voiding of payments is when you make a requisition, somebody comes and supplies goods and items, that somebody is supposed to be paid because of the goods they've supplied, but somehow because there is space or room for your office to then change, instead of paying the people who came in, first out, you then pay whoever that you feel you're confident with. So the question I'm asking you, and I'm asking this question because we are on it with the Controller of Budget and the Auditor General and a lot of other people. Do you hold yourself responsible for the voiding of the payments of people who are supposed to be paid their pending bills? Or do you think this is a question I should ask the governor?
I want to let them.
Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to know whether I'll join on what Honorable Senator is asking. Do the report from the approved, the list that you are sending, okay, the approved list from the IFMIS, does it tally with the one that has been approved by the COG? COB, I mean. Is the report from the IFMIS tallying with the one for the COB?
I want to give my chief officer finance to shed light on those two issues, explain why payments are voided, and give direct answers to that. Then you have heard by our Senate and Commission.
Thank you, Chair and the Governor. Yeah, I want to explain the process, what process is going. Currently,
We can't hear you.
currently the procedure for requesting.
Just hold.
Currently, the procedure for requesting money from COP, we have to process tonight. With the expectation that you will get money paid. So what usually happens sometimes, and this is most of the time we process things in IB, expecting to get money paid. But towards the close of financial year, you find you have not received money in that financial year, and these things are in IB. So you are not going to be able to pay. But there is a requirement that before you upload the new budget next financial year, the IB has to be clear. So they give you and they ask you that you have to clear the IB. And how do you clear the IB? By avoiding whatever is pending to payment in IB. It is not really a maid that what you are avoiding to pay. You are just avoiding them because you cannot pay them and the close of financial year is there.
See, boss.
For our case,
Excuse me. I'll stop you. I'll stop you right there. The records we have say differently. The records we have, Your Excellency Governor, show that individuals who had done work 2.5 years ago, who are supposed to be paid, because when you do work, you have your record on who has worked. And they have done the work and they issued a certificate, and therefore the next thing you do obviously is to have them paid. Now the records we have is that you have some people who worked 4 years ago and they haven't been paid, and people who worked about 6 months ago, they've been paid. That is the challenge we are trying to understand, so that we can then know what to do with the controller budget and Auditor General, so that that can be explained. Because like in Kisi, I have 972 voided payments. So the question we ask is, why are you voiding 972 payments? At least the problem is with these voided payments.
Thank you, Chair. My officer was trying to give a general explanation as to the voiding, but I must also say that the information you have around these remarks actually have caught me unaware. I wouldn't be in because nobody has shared with me the county assembly.
Your Excellency, your audit report says 364 million shillings was voided.
No, that is from ours, but the specific reasons, you see, you have put it 2.5 years, had done work, requisitions had been made in their names, and it was voided. So it is such specifications that
Thank
we
you.
do not have.
I stand corrected. In fact, I take it back. Let me ask the question differently. Do you have any people who worked 5 to 6 to 7 years ago that you have not paid, and yet you have others who worked last week and you paid them?
They are reported pending bills as we speak today, and it is in the record that we all have. We reported that there was a total pending bill from the year 2014 and 2015 that was still outstanding as at 30th June 2024. As at 30th June, that's the first column, 64 million. The period, I think you can look at, that is 2014, 2015 to 2021, 2022, isn't it? 2020, 2021, eh? So that is our report. Now, the point we are trying to make here, when you capture what is called a pending bill, you capture what has been invoiced, it's called a pending bill. The reason for which it has not been paid or has not, or it is paid, is also a subject matter of what is missing and what is not missing. You just capture it so that when you are doing the budget, you make a commitment that during that financial year, these are the things likely to be paid. If they are not payable, they will still slip over to the subsequent year. So yes, it is true that there are invoices during those periods that were mentioned that still remain outstanding. The reasons for which they are outstanding, if we need to go through each and every one of them. Some of them are contestable by us. Some of them we think are not due for payment. And we do so because we must also be accountable when it comes to verifying them as to whether they were payable. So you, that's correct.
Chair, this is not semantic. This is actually a factual thing. Governor, in the first report, which I am more willing to accept than the second one, the report of your letter on the 18th of October 2024. If you have it, you can go and refer with page 3. Okay? On page 3, you said that the total amount of money you are, it is, yes, no, page 2 of your report is the same. My analysis is the same. So page 2 of the letter that you wrote to us on 18th. Are we on there? Governor said that the amount paid as per September 2024 was 958,469. Are we together up to there? The governor went ahead and gave annexures to the suppliers that were paid. You can go to the annexures that you gave us. The total suppliers, there were 41 suppliers that were paid that 184 million. We have the annexures, and that is a fact, because it is your document, it's not my document. We went to the COP to interrogate that 184 million. The document is here, I've given the chair here, and I can give it to you, the copies. The COP says that the requisitions for that 184.9 million was towards paying 186 suppliers. Okay? So the question is this: if you do a requisition to the COP for 186 suppliers, it will tell you that 145 suppliers have been voided, have not been paid according to what you had requested COP. And COP asked us this question to come and interrogate this. So it's not that table it to the chair, the 186 suppliers that you went asking for their money. So it means if that's a simple math. Chair, I yield. But I was just helping you with that.
May I?
That clarity is now there. Before I make a ruling, please respond.
Chair, don't rush to make a ruling because now that I'm here by myself presenting the facts, listen to them. Chair, I want to indicate that we have not received the COB report, and it has been admitted and it's on record. And if we had received it, we would also be able to have specificity in our response. That said, I want to say that the 184,958,469 million has very, very accurate information. And please, still in the absence of that COB report, and we were not part of that interrogation, just listen to it.
Now, I wanted to give an explanation on that balance. Now, last time we made a decision I think if you look at the documents, we made a requisition around late September. There were two requisitions. We had a development requisition and a recurrent requisition. So one was, I think, 180 something. I was trying to get the requisition. And then we also, what happened, we did pay part of that money because we were coming to the end of the first quarter. And we had only paid 184 million. The rest were paid on second, which we can be able to provide a statement showing and in fact we even did a return to the CEO because they cannot approve for us another payment of anything before you a return for the previous requisition that we made. 2nd of October. So we made this payment later on. So what happened is that whatever was reflected there, when this report was requested, not second, I need to get the right date, but they were paid later. There is no item which was voided, and we can be able to provide a statement showing how the two requisitions are fully paid, and a return made to the COB. Thank you.
So, Chair, in summary,
Yes.
if we are discussing the COB report and the submission that reports were voided or whatever language it is avoided, we would be more comfortable if we had the benefit of that. We interrogate it and respond to you in substance because we have not looked at them.
Thank you. The ruling is as follows. Before us are documents from the County of Migori being requisitions to the controller of budget. And from what your officers are saying, Governor, is that they are standing by their ground. So the ruling will be the IFMIS reports, you should submit them to the clerk of the Senate, reconciliations will be done, and if they tally, end of story. I do not see any malice. I just see a question of either you have not opened the website or COB or blah blah. Once you given time, I'm sure you'll do it and the matter will come to rest.
Much obliged, Chair. I hope the Secretariat or Senate will do for us more specific communication of these resolutions so that we do not create our own resolutions and respond to resolutions that are concocted by us. We will request that.
And therefore, I believe all these sorts of you are taking notes of the rulings that we are making. The thing that I fail to do is to tell you timelines. We want to be generous with you to give you 14 days. Within 14 days, you have enough manpower in the county government to be able to clear this out, Governor. Yeah. Welcome. I know you're starting to get fatigued, but that is what it is. It's called public interest. We are coming towards the end, and Joyce, you have asked yours. Yes, Joyce has been here. Joyce, do you have anything pending on your side? Anyonga? Anyonga, come back quickly.
Still communicating with the president. when you can succeed.
Very good. So, members, we are coming towards the end of the meeting. Senator Onyonga, we were now winding up. I exhausted my questions. Joyce has exhausted her questions. The area senator is remaining with one question. Before we give him the last bite, as I'm a host, might you be having something hanging?
Not really. Material is coming up.
Okay. I have ordered your train. Can you ask your question finally?
Yes, I think you can ask that final question. But my final question for today is that I live here not knowing the pending bids status of Migori County. And Governor, I want you to help me understand. Go to the document you just given us, because we're going to adapt it, we're going to analyze it in the Senate, and make sense of it. Okay? Because Chair, at the end of this, when you make your ruling, I want clear commitment to when the governor sees that going to end these pending bills and pay everybody who has not been paid in Migori County. We need to get past that. So this is it's actually two in one question. Okay, Governor, could you help us understand whether we are using the first report you gave us, or the second one that you're giving us now, or let me call it responses. The first response indicates that in 2023-2024, we had a surge of 1.2 billion of pending bills, new pending bills. That's a huge surge. And what you've given us now is even saying is that it's even worsening it, because it's saying now that it's actually one. Could you explain to us why that surge is there? Then number two, which is related to that, is go to page number 1 of your document. The document you've just given us right now, page number 1. And I'm going to read this up to the first full stop. Then you help me know whether you can understand what you've said on this document. And I'll tell you why I can't understand it. In the short-term period, the management has paid Kenya shillings 1,116,462,751 out of the Kenya shillings 1.3 billion allocated in the financial year 2024-2025 approved supplementary budget 1. There are two things that come out of that if anybody listened. Number one is that money has been paid. Or number two, that money has been allocated to be dealt with in the financial year 2024-2025. If it has been allocated, it hasn't been paid. Because we have seen that going on and on, being told that we have put this in the next budget, we have put this in the next budget. So if it has been paid, Governor, my question would be this. Between 2023 and today, 2023 and 2024 alone, the pending bills that you requisitioned from COB, and this is not a report, this is I can even donate to you this. Achua, John, you can take this from me. Your total requisition of pending bills are all here with all the companies. I have them here from COB. This is not a report. This is a letter I wrote to COB last week, and they gave me all the requisitions made in that last year. Last year alone, the total requisition that you made were 356 million. Surely, it can't be that between last year and this year, you have requisitioned pending bills of 800 million. Because that's what you're saying in this document.
Yes.
I'm just doing simple mathematics. So I want you to make that clear and tell us that you are saying that between last year and this year, you have paid 1.1 billion, or you are saying that you have budgeted for them in the next coming budget. In which, if that is the case, I have a problem with it, unless it's a commitment that the people in Migori are going to be paid, and you must make that commitment now in writing and make sure that those people are paid. I hope my questions are clear.
Thank you. Yes, Richard, I'll give you, this is a very long question. Let me see.
Okay, thank you, Chair. You know, Chair, you have been moderating for this session. You had the Senator say that he needs a written commitment from me now, that I sit here and write a commitment. You see, those are some of the things that worry me, because this thing you see over there, it made some win and somebody lose.
Don't address the media.
No, I'm just, if you want me to talk, please allow me to talk.
Please a minute, just a point of order. With a lot of respect, sir.
Yeah, but just allow me to respond. Not to
With a
make
lot
it,
of respect.
Thank you.
I don't think Epi said that. We can get it from the Hansard. He said he wants a commitment, because even in the other committees we sit, we ask for a governor to make a commitment in writing at what time he would commit on whatever issue we are discussing. Yes.
He said we make a commitment in writing now.
Now?
Yes, I heard it. That is what he said.
He said that?
Yes, he said it.
Okay, order. We have the Hansard.
Yes.
It will reflect what the truth was. Respond.
Yeah, so I want to put things in perspective, and I am happy the chair and our senator and the others understand. Now, I want to confirm, first, I have not received the documents from the controller of budget. I have not received the documents from the controller of budget, but that notwithstanding, my response is this. In the short-term period, management has paid Kenya shillings 1,462,751 shillings out of the 1.3 billion allocated in the financial year 2024-2025. And this is possible. We will, just like you directed, we will provide you with the income statements, the bank statements to indicate this, because you had already made that ruling within the 14 days. I also want to confirm that in our records, the balance of what had been provided for of 649,194,132. We have preparations. As we receive the money, we continue paying them. I also want to say a further 200 million will be paid by March 2025, which will reduce this amount further, because by March we continue projecting. As money comes, we have planned to pay this, which will reduce the amount. By March this year, the pending bills will be reduced to 449,194,132, and we will be able to indicate that. We will be able to indicate that. But this information is in writing. It is a commitment that it will be paid. This one is in writing. So we will again send it in writing that this is a commitment. But I also want to promise that although I may not commit, we could even pay more. This is in writing, and it's not just for the cameras or anybody. It's in writing, and we are doing it. Then I request that you favor us with this document from the controller. We look at it and see. Pardon? Yeah, we get the ones that are being referred to. We didn't have them. If we have them, even if it is said they are from us, we will still look at them and contextualize them. Thank you, Chair.
Yes, colleagues, I want to make the final remarks before I adjourn the meeting. Is there anybody pressed with a comment?
Thank you, Chair. Your Excellency, Governor, thank you. And the team that you've come here, the people of Migori, members of the County Assembly, I want to address you. All the issues you see raised here, if you intervene at an early stage, then we don't have to cascade them for us to go to Nairobi and deal with one item like we are dealing with right now. We have about 12 items on the devolved governments. We have very substantive issues, and we really wish that members of the County Assembly in the whole Republic of Kenya understand that you're the last line of defense for the public. The governor has a responsibility. He will try and do projects which he feels are his, because he's been given the mandate, but I want to end up being the beneficiary so that it's a win-win. Our honest feeling is that the Senate Committee's agenda is not to come and say the governor is bad, or we are against him, or he's stealing money, or whatever. If we find that to be the case, we'll pronounce ourselves. But if it is not the case, and you have issues which are outstanding like these ones, then I would want to persuade you to make sure that please engage yourselves, CPAC, CPIC, the budget committee, you understand what it is. I noticed Migori County as I think some of the most educated MCAs. Thank you for the good work, and Governor, I hope that next year, next time we come back, because we might come back at the end of this year again, on another committee, we want Migori to be amongst those counties that we pronounce and say they have improved, they are doing well, and the people of Migori are happy about it. My Senator Eddie Okech, thank you, sir. You've done well, you've put your effort here. I know you love Migori, and the people of Migori love you and love the governor. Please try and make sure that you serve this community, because you understand where Kenya is today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joyce.
Yeah, thank you, Chair, and colleagues. Mine, Your Excellency and your team, the Secretariat, let me also thank us based on the question that was raised by the area senator, Honorable Okech. I want to say that it's always good, especially to the finance team, let me talk about the executive, to always try as much as possible to do things right, because us as governors and the members of parliament and the senators, we deal with politics, but you are the technical persons who are supposed to be assisting the governor in terms of implementation and even putting records straight. I still feel there is a lot of queries that were left unanswered. Your Excellency, what was so shocking at first is the issue of the pending bill that shoot from 0 to 1 billion shillings in one financial year, which was really looking very strange, despite the fact that we've talked about having made some payments. There are a number of documentations that need to prove that, and how best we are doing that, and even how whether it has been the remaining balances have been budgeted for in the budget, that is, in the supplementary budget, and even the budget that is coming, to make sure that at least we do away with the pending bills. So I just want to say that as a Senate, we are wishing you all the best as a county government. We want to see the unity, not the unity to consume what belongs to the public, but to do the service delivery, so that the members of the public can feel the importance of devolution. Otherwise, I just want to also congratulate Honorable Senator for finding time to have the committee here. And it's not even the work of the Senator, it is the work of the Senate Finance Committee to make sure that all the counties, the 47 counties, are able to do, they are able to work smart and prudently in terms of finances that they are getting within the national government, the county government. Others, I don't want to say much. Let me just say, Chair, I think this was a wonderful meeting, and we are looking forward to coming back to Migori in other businesses. Thank you.
Eddie.
Chair, I've got 4 pertinent issues to perhaps reflect on as we close. Number 1, of course, is just thank you for everybody for who made it here, to the committee that has sacrificed to be here. I know you've done a lot of analysis, we have seen the responses here. We're going to still make sense of the new document being given by the governor. But of course, these documents we're going to analyze on the basis of getting to clear out the issue of the pending bills in Migori County. So my request number 1, Chair, to you is that the recommendations that they're going to make to the Senate and to the committee, the committee is going to make to the Senate, includes, and I meant this, Governor, we must get a commitment from the governor of Migori and the executive on the clearance of these bills. Because in the response that the governor gave, you can see that there are a number of times that each financial year was being mentioned, and when we look at the budgeting of the subsequent financial year, those pending bills did not feature. Look at the financial year, the supplementary budget of 2024-2025, because I have it, the 1.1 billion government doesn't feature. That the commitment is solid for those payment of those pending bills. Number 2, Chair, we came to check also on the status of on-source revenue. If you look at the matter that we're going to look at today, which was going to make us, or rather lead us, to visit Kianja municipality, which is one of the areas of on-source revenue, and the Migori market, which we were supposed to go to check on the revenue officers there and the system that is there for collection of revenue. And Chair, we didn't go because of the difference we had with the governor with regards to whether it would be prudent, the functionality of the committee. So I would request that as we go, Chair, it's be on record that we did not exhaustively deal with the issue of on-source revenue, which then the committee can invite the governor to Nairobi to be able to engage with the governor on that basis. That also goes with the issue of visiting other projects. Chair, I feel like in all fairness, if governor was going to join us in the projects that we had chosen that were contentious for pending bills, then it could have been fine for us to also invite the contractor who was affected in that project. That is when it is fair. You cannot go only with the governor and the contractor is not there, or only the contractor and the governor is not there. In those projects, I want to request the Senate that 1, either we invite those contentious pending bills that are above 6 million to the Senate, together with the governor. The governor can be able to give his technical aspects of those, as well as the other side can give us the side of the story, or we come back and visit those projects and make sense of them ourselves. That's a request from me as the senator from Migori County, so we can put this to rest. And the last one, Chair, I don't like playing politics in the committee, but Chair, any journalistic and social media conversations in today's world of governance are significantly important, so that you don't let them go, because our function is to protect the counties and the county governments. Chair, one of the issues that people have raised to me, and I know they've raised to Senator Onyonka, although he did not raise them, is the issue of kickbacks as an hindrance to the payment of pending bills. Overs, where the officers are saying, the suppliers are saying that there are a number of officers who require a percentage of kickback before they are paid, and if they don't pay, then it becomes a problem. That pending bills keeps on recurring. Chair, is your ruling? In your ruling, because now time is much spent, I would wish that the governor would pronounce himself to that effect, or I would wish that you allow that whatever data that Senator Onyonka has and I have, we can present to the Senate in the subsequent meeting for verification of those voices and those conversations and those requests from the suppliers, so that if kickback is an interest to payment of paying bills in Migori County, we confront it and deal with it for once and for all. Otherwise, I want to thank the governor and the executive team for according us a hearing that I think has gone well, not as I really thought, given when we left the office of the governor, but I think that is in the best interest of the governor, the county assembly, and us to be able to make sure that Migori functions, because independent are not paid. One, there's no money circulation to the population. People are dying also because of other stress, including loans and selling their assets. Very lastly, I want to thank the members of the county assembly. These ladies and gentlemen have been very gracious in terms of according us a hearing and also giving us a lot of information when we went for the fact finding, not fault finding, in the assembly. And most importantly, we saw a lot of commitment in the county assembly. If they will be very, very strong in terms of being independent from the executive. And when I came and talked to the assembly in last year, we committed to you that we're going to make sure that your money that comes from your operation is autonomous. The next thing that I'm going to put